I had to put some new batteries in. I'm sorry I haven't. Vanity alert! Vanity alert! We don't tolerate vanity over here at Powers for Us. I'm sorry I haven't talked to you guys in a couple of days. Things been crazy. The rain has been just non-stop. Just starting to think about building an ark, but it'll end eventually. It will, and we were due. We were due. Well, just to check in with you guys, just to check in with you, back over the weekend. I mean, that video, about, I was going to go help my boss tear down this other little festival he was playing, whatever, and they all ganged up on me, My boss, I try to be a civilized man. I do. But I don't care if this costs me my job or not. I don't. But my boss, he called me. I had to call him back actually, because I always leave my phone on Do Not Disturb. But anyway, I seen that he called him back, and he's like, "Hey, you really know how to piss people off?" I'm like, "Hey, they ganged up on me, and I left, and he's like, "Yeah, well, even he has an assistant, and he said, even she said, you were quite aggressive, I'm like, well, that's what happens when people bully up on me, and obviously that's the first time she'd ever seen anybody bully up on Pirates or Us, which is not a good idea. But they did, and I stood my ground farewell. I sure did, and I was the good guy. I'm like, hey, this is all out of control. I'm just gonna leave, and made a video on my way out, of course. Well, the boss called me, he's like, hey, man, the lady that's running the thing, because it doesn't have, that festival there, it didn't have anything to do with, Flagler Farmers Market. It didn't have anything to do with it. It was totally separate. And he's like, hey, man, she's like, hey, you need to take that video down. It's causing it's causing damage business, blah, 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 I'm like, out of respect to you, sir, I'll do, even though they treated me horribly, I'll take it down later. Well, unfortunately, because of the weather, the rain, this phone that I'm using right now, it's a new phone, and it's like the cheapest crap you can get from Metro PCS, but bless their hearts. And I can't delete. I can't seem to figure out how to delete videos. So I can't delete the video. But the more I started thinking about it, I'm like, well, why should I? I mean, I was the victim. Why should I? Take down a bit when people treated me horrible, I mean, y'all know me. I'm not a horrible person. I'm a pretty good guy. I'm not perfect or anything, but I'm basically silly. I work hard. Well, not as hard as I used to work when I was younger, but I mean, I still work hard. And so, you know what? I'm not going to take down the video. And if it costs me my job, so be it. In any event, I was riding 80 miles over the weekend. I would ride 30 some odd miles, like 35 miles from St. Augustine to Bunker Beach, and then back, to work for like 4 hours for this farmer's market. And I appreciate every penny that the man gives me, but I make a lot more money. With the paper towels and the windows, the amount of money, the amount of time that I give this guy and the amount of money I get for it, I do it in 20 minutes out on the interstate, I don't go down there and do it, I don't go down there and do it, for the money, I go down there because I know everybody there, and everybody knows me, you know. And when they expect me to be there at the end of the bridge, you know, then hey, the farmers market's that way. You're going the wrong way. It's that way. They expect me to be out there doing it. It's that fucking pirate, you know. He's out there doing it again, and that's why I do it. It isn't about the money. It's the prestige. Love the one you're with. That's my video for the day. I don't know. There's no critters around. There's probably an owl or two around it. I can hear them, but all the critters are going to bed. So love the one you're with, and I'll holler at y'all later.